I wanted you to go into the war that's happening now between Ukraine and Russia
Mhm.
and maybe the economics around it and how much, because the West is trying to bleed Russia out of money, but is that even possible in the ecosystem that exists? So, is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah, I would be less useful, I think, on this particular topic, given that I'm clearly the views I've just laid out for you, it's an overarching view of history. I think where we are today is that currency counterfeiting monopolies run the world. Obviously, Russia has their own central bank, the United States has their own central bank. These are private organizations, by the way. We call it the Federal Reserve. It's not federal, literally has private shareholders, undisclosed private shareholders. There are no reserves. There are no reserves.
Let's get into this because I think this is interesting, and then we can go into why we need to change the system.
So just to finish on the Russia, it's basically what I see happening now is fiat currency causes societies to rip themselves apart over time. So that's why I think we've moved from this unipolar dollar world to a multipolar world. And I expect that to worsen over time. I think nation state cooperation will fragment more and more as this fiat currency experiment drags on. And ultimately, I think what we saw happen to the Soviet Union in the 20th century, that they were economically outcompeted and bankrupted, right? So the Soviet Union fragmented into 30 some odd of its previously conquered territories. I think we see a similar thing play out with all nation states. This is a scary punchline for people, but the big implication of Bitcoin is that it bankrupts the nation state model of human organization.